What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. If you'll notice, I have a little bit different tools and a blank armor set and a blank inventory. That's because once I sleep, I'll show you what I was doing, and I died in fucking lava. Leave it to me, with all my nice valuables and everything, to freaking fall in lava. Let me get out here so you can see. I'm sure you'll notice the change right away, but that's why I haven't been doing an episode, because it took ages and tons of iron mining and everything to get the pickaxe and the shovels. But I have kind of shaved this mountainside, or this hillside, for a very specific purpose. That is because we are going to be building our new wall. I went into creative mode on my second world, which I will swap to now, to experiment with what I wanted the wall to look like. And this is kind of what I set with. So we'll kind of take a look at it. And obviously, maybe not this down here. I haven't quite decided on that. But the outside of the wall, this is kind of what I want it to look like. I think this looks really good. And is perfect for me. So it is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. And that's what we're gonna start doing today. I was gonna stream, because this is definitely a more stream-friendly task, but my internet's acting crazy and I can't get it to freaking stay stable. So I can't stream. Hopefully it fixes itself, because I am off work all this week as I am prepping to switch to the new job. I took the week off so I can prep my sleep schedule. If you guys saw my last video, you would know that and know why. But basically, I have this whole week off. I know Monday night I got something to do with my parents, and my cobblestone's in here. Oh yeah, and my freaking bees. I walked by and accidentally clicked, and it takes one click from an axe to kill the hive. And the bees were gone anyway. I couldn't find them, so I think they just died. Shit, that is not the seeds. And I put on a shader pack. I really like this shader pack because you can actually see in the dungeons and everything, the caves, and it actually looks really nice without it being super intensive. The sun does get a little bright, but it's not as bad, and it's not as bad as what other shaders could be, if you know what I'm saying. Is it going again? Yes, it is. Sorry, I had to message. I'm not going to have enough cobblestone. Holy shit. I'm actually going to need to collect cobblestone. But, yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff getting prepped for my new job here, because their systems suck and they don't work. And if you guys were seeing my gone live notification and it didn't go anywhere, that's because as soon as I started, the internet just died. So that's how I knew it wasn't going to work. And my PS3 just turned on. I just heard that. I don't know if that came through the mic or not. I need to clear down this hill too, don't I? That's off camera work. I'm going to get building. I've been desperate to be building. We're going to start the wall here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it's these 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, not tall enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And then I need to get some oak. My oak. That's spruce. I want my dark oak. Oh wait, I have it all out here, don't I? Yeah, dark oak. There, what the hell was that? Chest. Obviously with the shaders, some things don't work too well. I'm seeing if I have any ladders so I can make a quick in and out there. With dark oak planks, we'll use these first. Hold on, my brain is working. Okay. I don't want the villagers to get out, so I guess I'll just destroy it behind me. I just got to get the wall started and formatted so I don't forget what it looks like. Okay, and then goes one up there. Yes. Kind of looks cool. It looks like a those Chinese arches or Japanese. I don't know. I don't remember which one's which. Or where these ones come from. If you know what I mean. Probably not. Okay, we can't be doing that. So we're gonna take this all the way down as far as we're gonna take it. Okay, and so I also got to expand for the corner. And basically it goes from the entrance, which would be, let me do this all the way down. There we go, and basically it goes 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it should be 3 from the middle on each side. I made this one too long, didn't I? 3. No, it just looks weird because of that. And then it will... Wait a minute. 1, 2. I didn't make this big enough. So 1, 2, 3. And this will go out by 1. I might, in off camera, destroy more of this mountain. Just because I just sit there and listen to YouTube while I do it. Okay. This still looks wrong. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm already messing up my build. There you go. 3 there, 3 there. Alright, I think there we are. And then it'll come. Let's just do the framing. Because I'm not going to have enough cobblestone to do the whole wall, so... that was going to be a pain in the ass to collect all this cobblestone. I remember the freaking hours I spent clearing off mountains over there. Which, I don't think I'm going to clear off that mountain, because I think I have a plan for what I want to do with it eventually. Okay, now let's bring this other one up, because this other one's going to determine where the box goes. Or the guard tower, if you will. Because my main reason is I'm thinking, I want to rebuild the houses. The medieval houses, I want to rebuild them, but just can't do that with the room I have in the village. And I don't want to do that with the room in the village. I want to make sure, you know, it's actually super nice. So this is where it's going to get interesting, because I'll have to make it kind of run along the water. But we'll do a tower here. So I need to back this up a little bit. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2. I'm going to need to scoop up some dirt. I don't have a shovel. I should have got a shovel. But never in my freaking life, though, have I ever thought I wanted a haste beacon so freaking bad than doing all this work. Not having a haste beacon is awful with this shit. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Alright, now we can just connect these. I'm not usually a builder, I'm a miner. That's what I like to go do. I like to collect resources. So you're watching a caveman learn how to make fire. Alright, and this is where it gets interesting. How do I want to do this? But let's go rest so we can get in the daytime. But basically what I was saying is that I want to expand because I want to build these houses, and I think I want to live in one of the houses. I think I'll build the castle and not have it be my main home, just be a cool structure. I don't know, it's just, for some reason, it's too big for me. It's like, it's too big for me to think of what to do with it. You know, I find myself, you know, I've sectioned off all the rooms, and I guess, I'll have to I'll have to show you what it looks like in there now. And if anyone has an idea of how to decorate the inside of this, that would be awesome. But I'll show you what the inside of this looks like. Obviously, you guys have seen all this, but I finished that up, which eventually I'll put lights in there. The throne room, that's right. I haven't done anything else in there. You guys have seen this, I think, when I sectioned off everything. I don't know, maybe not. Just in case, we'll go to the other side. Furnaces. And yeah. That's really all you've missed. And if we come up here, you can see this. I haven't covered up yet because I think I want to do a balcony. But here's one area, and here's the wall to the next area. This is obviously the archway. I don't know if I'll just cover that up so the archway isn't even visible. I'm going to do a balcony here so you can see the throne room. And then this brings you to the other side. That's what I've done with the castle so far, and that's where most of my cobblestone went. And now I'm doing a cobblestone freaking wall. I really am not going to have enough. This is wild. But should I integrate the castle into the wall? And what I mean by that is bring the wall, like, to here. And add an entrance to, you know, like the underground of the wall. Or do I try to wrap the wall around the castle? Because I know the castle's supposed to be the innermost sanctum of any kingdom. But at the same time, I don't really have the land built to be able to move the wall all the way around. Unless I want to go and fill up dirt all the way and cover up this river. Because it doesn't really lead to anything. But that's a lot of... Whoops. That is a lot of work. You know, if this was like a server or something and I had commands, I would happily do it. Or freaking creative mode. But this was freaking awful. So, You know, while I think on that, I'm going to go start filling up the wall on the other side. Let's actually start building up the wall, I guess, while I still have cobblestone. Because I want to see it. I want to see the wall. Because I like the way it looks, and I want to see how it looks in my world. But move it over, like, we're going to be able to expand over here. I'm going to build another farm. Obviously, you know, when I tear apart the original village, I'm going to need to build another farm for myself. But it'll just be a lot better. I think I'll do a redstone farm just for pure efficiency. Maybe I might do a redstone farm underground and do a pure farm just for aesthetics up top. I don't know. Decisions. Alright, let's get one side of the wall done before I move all the way around. There we go. You guys can probably tell by now why I wanted to do this live stream, but I think most of my viewers for this anyway just listen to this in the background, which, if you are, that's totally fine. You know, leave a like if you enjoyed it, it'd be appreciated. That'd be make me one step closer to my YouTube dream, but I know I gotta post more. I'm hoping to. It's been crazy getting ready for this new job and everything. I know it's just more excuses coming from my fat mouth, but I'm gonna get this figured out. And one day, maybe one day, I can actually be a pro streamer and everything and do that for a living. I mean, because, like, I don't want to do it for the money. Like, I do, but I don't for the money. Like, I want to do it in the sense to where I can make enough money to have this be my living, to where I don't have to, work a normal 9 to 5, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not doing it, like, in the purely the goal to make millions, because I don't honestly, if I truly think about it, be honest with myself, and maybe, what the hell is that? Oh, I think it's the render distance of the castle. It's just, that one piece is just in the render distance. But if you really think about it, how, like, if, hold on, let me catch myself here, and actually, you know, be able to speak. If I had $1 million, what would I even do with it? Like, you know, I don't think I want to be a millionaire. I want enough money to live comfortably and have somewhat nice things and have the things I want when I want them, but not to the point where I have to, like, almost live in excess. Like, if I was making $100,000 a year, I honestly would probably be, if not in the same place, at least some place that is similar to, like, my apartment now. As opposed to, like, you know, making $100,000 a year, moving into a super lavish home that I could afford, you know, afford a $6,000 a month mortgage. It's, I don't know, I guess maybe, god damn, I keep falling. Maybe it's just because I have pretty humble beginnings. Like, my family has never been poor. We've never had to really guess where our next meal's coming from. But we have never had the money to live lavish. You know, we've always had enough to provide for ourselves for what we want, you know, and the basic needs. And that's about it. So I guess it's kind of like humbling in the sense that it's like, I don't need, you know, I don't want a Lamborghini. I mean, everyone wants a Lamborghini, but, you know, if I was a millionaire, that wouldn't be my first thought. If that makes sense. I don't know. Philosophy talk with Kane. You know how it always goes. I always belt out into these. But yeah, it's just, I gotta keep the grind going. Post some Minecraft. That seems to be my biggest content right now. The best performing content is Minecraft. Which that's fine, because I am enjoying the series. I just wish I could stream more. And I've been thinking too, I've been trying to do a lot of research about moving streaming to Twitch, because I've noticed, and I've done a lot of research on the difference between YouTube algorithms and Twitch algorithms. Basically, from what I've seen, unless you get super lucky and have a big break, it is more profitable, which I know it sounds bad talking about profit, when I was literally just talking about how I kind of just want to be able to do this as, you know, a hobby you're getting paid for. It's more profitable to stream, unless you're a massive YouTuber and can pull in millions of views, than it is to create YouTube videos. Just from what I've seen. I mean, obviously a lot of creators don't reveal their earnings and everything, but from what I've noticed, I mean, through donations and ad rev, that's the case. But it's not so much the case with YouTube, in the sense that you can't grow as fast as what you can on Twitch, streaming-wise. Obviously, Twitch and YouTube are two totally different platforms and have different algorithms and different ways to grow. But for the most part, if you want to stream, Twitch is the way to go, because Twitch's algorithm is very momentum-based and very momentum-favorable. So if you start growing at a somewhat decent basis, you can end up actually getting to a decent size pretty quick because the algorithm will push you. And obviously you got to be somewhat entertaining, and I got to kind of find my shtick. You know, I'd like to say I'm a funny dude, but then again, the funny guy doesn't say he's the funny guy. And it probably doesn't sound like it when I'm just sitting here playing Minecraft, just building, because I don't have the capability, because I am so situational. That's how my comedy is. I am situational, if you know what I mean. To the point where, like, I make witty humor off of things that are happening around me. So when I'm just sitting here building in Minecraft, I'm not just going to sit here and belt out jokes. But I think that's most Let's Plays. And I know streaming Minecraft would be the same thing, have its dull moments. But, yeah, it is what it is here. I don't know, oh, I forgot to grab my cobblestone. I'm just kind of enjoying what I'm doing right now. I mean, obviously, I'm getting a new job that pays a lot more than what I make now, so it's not like I absolutely have to have this YouTube money to be able to live, but it would be nice. One can dream, right? Man, is it getting nighttime already? There's one thing I'm not a huge fan about with shaders, but that's with any shaders, is that night is night. And I know I was just talking about how this one isn't as bad. I'm going to move the mic a little bit. This one's not as bad, true, but it's still a little rough. I'm sitting here trying to play, and it's not horrible when it actually becomes nighttime. But honestly, the worst part is when it gets darker and darker. It's hard as hell to see. I remember back in the day recording on Fraps. And if you guys don't remember Fraps, you're probably a little bit too young to be watching this channel, but you know what? You're alright. Fraps was this recording program that basically was the OBS before OBS was a thing, and before in the NVIDIA GeForce Capture, before NVIDIA GeForce Capture was a thing. So basically what it would do is, if you ever see videos, like older videos or whatnot, and you notice a little red or yellow frame counter in the corner, whether it was a bottom left corner, bottom right, top left, top right, if you notice the frame counter, the yellow, it has to be yellow, the yellow frame counter, that is Fraps. And most people will use it now, or they don't really use it now, actually. The thing's pretty much dead. But most people used it for a while after it, you know, lost its popularity to, like, OBS became a very solid recording platform. Like, that's what I use to record my videos on the computer, is OBS. People would use it as a frame counter. But basically it was just run on, and you would press F4, something like that, and it would just start recording. And you could tell it to record microphone or not record microphone. It was a very basic program, but it was leagues ahead of its time. But the only thing I can remember, two things I can remember, is playing games without the max brightness on was pointless. Like with Fraps, truly honestly with Fraps, I bet this would look like a pitch black friggin' hole. It just for some reason made everything so dark. And the file sizes were massive. Oh. Don't you bastard! But the file sizes were freaking massive. Like, I remember recording a 4-minute video that ended up being 5 gigs. Now, I know, like, 5 gigs, that's not a whole lot, but this is also back in, when was this? When did I have Fraps? This is 2013. When massive storage size was considered 1 terabyte on a, like, internal HDD that was about $120, and it really rapidly decreased price after that. But most computers had a 500 gig hard drive. Now, I was fortunate to have a terabyte hard drive, but that computer I also got in 7th grade and used it all the way through pretty much till I built my computer I'm on now. I use that computer. I wiped it then after my junior year, but I mean, it was filled with a bunch of bullshit from when I was younger and everything. So, you know, it filled up quickly. I remember always fighting storage on it, and, you know, then I got the Elgato, and the Elgato has decent size file sizes, and I remember when I got a new drive, or something happened to where basically I moved the Elgato library where it saved its videos, and I just had no storage. Like, I remember for the longest time, like, oh, 5 minutes is all I can record, and then as soon as I get the video uploaded, I gotta delete it off my computer, because I don't have any storage space. I could hardly play games because I didn't have enough storage space for the games. And then I found the library where apparently when I first got the Elgato, that before I kind of knew what I was doing, where I recorded all my original content, and there was like, I think 400 gigs of footage in there of all of my commentaries I made, and that was for the original Sergeant Kodiak channel and the later part of my Kodiak Gaming, aka Viking Bay Gamer channel, which was Viking Bay Gamer was my very first ever YouTube channel, originally named K&K Studios, but then, like, and I was the original K&K, and it was, I switched it because there ended up being a charity named K&K, because of, for whatever reason, they just popped up out of nowhere and just blew up on the YouTube space, at the time. I mean, I've never heard of them since, because I would always type my channel name to see if I had relevancy, because now with YouTube, it actually is somewhat smart, and when you type a channel name, it knows you're looking for a channel, or if you type any sort of name, it'll pull up any channel kind of relating to that name. But back then, it purely ran off relevancy, and for the longest time, I was the only K&K Studios, so I was, you know, you search K&K Studios, and it was K, the letter N, K Studios. And it stood for Kane and Keat, because my little brother's name is Keaton, and we always call him Keat. So it was Kane and Keat Studios. And that was always back when we play, like, with our little, my mom's old flip phone camera on it. We would make little movies back in the day when we were 8 or 9 years old. I don't remember. But I'll never forget the devastation I felt when I found the K&K channel for the charity. I changed the name, and my dad's huge into Vikings, and I've always liked Vikings, not as much as what he does. Some might say he has an issue, but he actually has really badass Viking tattoos. If I ever get big enough on YouTube, I know I'll be able to convince him to show them off, but for now, I know he won't, because he's a puss. But, oh, we love each other. That's how we talk to each other in real life. We just insult each other. We just have a really good dynamic and everything. But basically, I was so upset, and I changed my name to, and I don't remember where the name Bay came from. It was B-A-Y. So, like, I think it came from, like, the thought of, like, the ships. So I had some idea, well, like, the ships going into, like, a bay, and, like, a ship bay, and so it came out the Viking Bay Gamer. I mean, it really didn't make no sense at the time, and I think I made another channel, if I'm remembering right, because there's two of them. There's Viking Bay Gaming and Viking Bay Gamer, because I made a new channel, and also back then, I'll never forget, it's like, now I'm just going through kind of YouTube memories again. Also back then, there was a custom URLs. I mean, now if you look, you know, at channel names, it's like youtube.com/watch ? You know, --1279 user ID equals. It's this huge long IRL, or URL. But back then, you used to be able to get your own custom URL where it was literally like how Twitch does it, and Twitch, I love Twitch for it. It was youtube.com/user/K&K Studios. It was a lot easier, and back then it mattered to me so much because I looked at my channel when I changed it. My URL wouldn't change. I wonder if I'm gonna pull it up right now, see if the URL did change, because for years it wouldn't change. And it's pissed me off so much because, oh, freaking Kodiak Gamer now is out there streaming Fortnite Way bigger than what my channel would be with 161 subs. What a G. It does. It still has it. So this still old. If you want to see what YouTube username looks like, go to Kodiak Gaming. It'll be a little picture of a star. That is my old channel. It's Kodiak Gaming. It's youtube.com/user/KNK Studios. Because back then you used to get your own username or your own URL, and it was really cool. It had this super awesome aspect to personalization of your channel. I'll have to go on stream one time and react to some of my old videos because, I mean, they're cringy. They are straight up cringe fest. But what isn't up there? It's cringe fest. I mean, everyone has their old YouTube channel. Like, my oldest video on there is 10 years old. Not play all. It's playing all the videos. Hold on. I was just wanting to search by oldest. Yeah, oldest video is 10 years old of me just being a little kid. It's a Lego Wars. And it was literally just me with my camera, with my iPod behind it, playing some AC/DC song, whispering on the stairs because my mom and dad, or I think it was my older brother actually, were watching a movie. So the whole time, me going up and down the stairs, acting like there's this huge thing because I didn't know what stop motion was. I didn't know how to do it. It's kind of fun watching back at it. And then my most popular video ever on the channel, it's actually almost at 700 views. Grenades, which for the longest time it was spelled wrong. At 645 views, it was literally me just showing. I mean, this one, like, immaculately emulates old YouTube and how there's 2 fucking creepers in there. I need to go get torches and start lighting this up. Because it was just a video of me just talking about 2 grenades. So, like, my older brother got in the National Guard and was at boot camp at Fort Dodge, which is one of the biggest National Guard training camps around the Midwest. You know, you guys know I live in Iowa at this point. I'm not going to... Fort Dodge is quite a bit of ways from where we actually live. But, so... he was there and went to the souvenir shop and got 2 decommissioned grenades. And basically what a decommissioned grenade is they take out the pin assembly and basically take everything to where it can't... What am I looking for again? There we go. Where it can't, like, shoot the pin out, you know, like a real grenade would. Grab that shovel. And they drill a hole in the bottom so you can look through it, too, to kind of prove it. That it's a fake grenade, that it doesn't work no more, and that's so it never will fire again. Really cool. We were super stoked to have it. I will never forget when he brought those home. We play with them outside all the time, you know, play Army Men, because that was my big thing when I was little, is playing Army, and that's why he got me those grenades, and it was just a review of the grenade. That was it. I don't even know if it was a review or me just showing them off, but it just blew up out of nowhere. Like, it got 300 views, and I think, whoops, I did not mean to hit you, buddy. I'm sorry. Now he's gonna go tell on me. Got like 300 views in, I want to say, the first 2-3 hours. I just remember it blew up out of nowhere and just progressively got more and more views. Obviously, it's capped out now at, oh, my jaw just locked. At 645 views. It's probably been there for years at this point. And that's another video that's 10 years old. But, yeah, I mean, it's just memories. I've been on YouTube for a long time, man. But, if you guys also, when I was just thinking about it, if you do check out that channel, look at the video called Modern Warfare 3 Glitch. You know, if you sort by oldest to see the oldest videos. Modern Warfare 3 Glitch was actually the video that I was talking about that I showed my dad, and he said I needed to get a tripod and got me a tripod. If you guys watched the last video. If you have not, I'm not going to elaborate. Make you go watch the video. But yeah, that's actually the exact video. I forgot it was even still up. I've never removed any of those. I'm kind of against the idea of removing your own YouTube videos, just because they're kind of there as a time capsule, especially for me, because, like, you can literally watch me grow up. through the years of me doing YouTube. And it's crazy. If I show anybody my channels, like all of them, including like even the ASMR channel, which I'm considered taking away those videos actually, because I just don't like them. I'm not a huge fan of them being up, but you know, people watch and they're like, yeah, you went, like, you can basically see a timeline of when I was about 10 years old in 5th grade, all the way until about my senior year, when I kind of stopped posting for a long time, for like 3 years. And then now here I am. I mean, I'm kind of not extremely consistent, but, you know, somewhat posting again, and, you know, somewhat consistently. So it's just kind of fun to look back at some of those videos and look at just the change. My biggest thing is my thumbnails. You can kind of see is you can see the age literally change in thumbnails, and that's kind of fun to watch and kind of weird. You know, I'm sure there's some pedos out there that just absolutely love the idea of my videos being up still. He's like, yeah, that boy, that juicy cheeks. Alright, I'm gonna stop now before it gets weird. I mean, weirder than what it is. It's gonna be a long time. This one we might actually just have to go every other already. Imposter. So fucking Snapchat, I'm just gonna have to do this, released an update and added a filter called Imposter is Sus. And that is the most degenerate thing I have ever seen. Because it's literally, it does like the filter that everyone thinks on TikTok that is just so funny. It's just hilarious because it extends the chin in such a fashion that it's inhuman proportions. Yeah, I have problems with TikTok. It's just, even though I started actually watching some of it now, I still have a lot of issues with it, and how I think genuinely it is inspiring a new generation of creators that are lazy. Very lazy. And it irks me because, you know, I come from, even though I have, and it's weird because people call me, like, some of my friends that try doing YouTube channels come to me and they're like, you know, Kane, you're the YouTube vet. Like, you know, you've been around the block a few times. You know how to do this shit. I'm like, yeah, I do, but I mean, how much do you want to listen to me? It's not like I'm living the lavish life, you know, off my YouTube money. And, oh yeah, so I don't consider myself the YouTube veteran. I just consider myself someone that's done this for a while. That's it. But, coming from someone that's been around for a long time, it irks me to see the YouTube, basically the TikTok creators just steal from each other, blatantly steal from each other, and just get way more popular off of it. I mean, I guess it comes from, I mean, I know YouTube is sort of like that, you know, one genre of content gets super popular and everyone does it, but at least with YouTube, it is never an exact copy and paste like TikTok is. There is, I'm trying to think. It's like I have the picture of it in my head. Like I can see the video. I don't remember what it is. But there was this video I seen where I scrolled and I always, if I find a video genuinely funny, it's just an automatic thing. And I know it's kind of like, you know, I should just enjoy it and ignore it. I shouldn't be doing this. But I always check the sound to see if it's original. I'm like, okay, that was funny. Let's see if it really was him. 9 times out of 10, it's not. And then it just immediately pisses me off. And what I'll do is I'll take away the like on the video and go and click on the original video and like. I'm like, okay, yeah, good idea. But there was this video I was watching where this dude had like 8 million likes. And it was Schlattfish. That's his name. He stole his name from Jay Schlatt, obviously. I mean, because big YouTuber, big name, trying to get and it was Schlattfish. And I mean, he's literally staring at a fucking wall. And not only is that just the worst fucking content ever, and if I know it's intentional. It's intentional to be stupid. But maybe that's just my inner YouTube boomer, that I just find that shit degenerative and not funny in the slightest. But then I saw, literally 3 scrolls down, someone else with a different name doing the exact same style of video with the same filter in the same exact script, word for word. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I looked at the sound. Guy with 10 million likes absolutely blasted this other guy out of the water. Was using the exact same audio as the original creator. Like, using his audio. It wasn't like, you both using the same song. It was using the audio from the original creator. Like, his voice and everything. His exact video. That's like me going and, taking a drifter video and just putting different gameplay over the commentary and calling it mine. Now, that wouldn't fly over here on the YouTube side, but man, that is rampant over on TikTok. And people just let him get away with it. I don't know if it's just because it's a younger generation that mainly uses it. It's younger than me, which is weird because I'm only 20. But that's how fast the internet moves, I guess. And, I know my sense of humor is pretty much broken and warped, but it ain't that bad. I mean, some of that stuff is so cringy. It's not even, like, to the point of cringe that it's funny, because people will intentionally try to make it cringy, and like that. Like those videos, the Schlattfish. God, I mean, just saying his name pisses me off. He's trying to, God damn it, trying to be intentionally cringy. That's the whole point. Intentional cringe to be funny. I think natural cringe is funny. Like, for the longest time, I was laughing so freaking hard at that dude. I don't know. That dude. But then I found out that he just does it because he started making money off of it. And now the question is raised. Was the original video real? And then he just turned this into a character? Or was it always just a joke? I mean, it's somewhat funny, but, like, the point is, when that was real to me, if you know what I mean, it was hilarious. Like, I was watching this video, and this furry, and now I don't have any issues if you're a furry, by the way. I mean, do you. But this furry was in full get-up, the full suit. God damn, I thought I wasn't on that. And was walking into this grocery store, and just these kids were giving him the most disgusted look because they didn't know what was going on. I mean, they were like 8 or 9 years old. No idea what was happening. And it was the funniest thing to me because it was so real. You could tell they were genuinely uncomfortable because they had no idea how to react. And that was hilarious to me. Real stuff like that is funny. Not this fake bullshit. And the one thing you'll notice, too, is if one audio gets popular, all of a sudden you'll see 1,000 videos like that. And they're the exact same premise. Like, there is one, the original. I actually saw the original when it came out. And it was this dude on this, like, the 6-wheel gator. I'm sure you guys have seen it, too. With the bad gearbox going, and while he's trying to force it into gear. It's like, that ain't sound too good. And then, oh, what the hell? Then all the freaking shit boxes of TikTok get in their old truck and start posting the exact same fucking video. How the hell did a freaking creeper get down here? I lit it up enough. I'm like, what the hell? And then the dude gets thousands of likes. And then I got to thinking too. Like, are people just scrolling through and just liking shit? Because it's a default, like you don't even have to think to like anything. You just do it? I don't know. That's pretty phenomenal to me. It's just weird. I've been going on this rant too long. My boomer rant. Let's get some boomers in the comments, Let's get some Kane boomers. Let's get some boomers in the chat, please. But yeah, I think this week I'm going to be streaming a lot more. I'm hoping I can be streaming a lot more in general, considering I'll get home about 5 o'clock, 5:30. Only thing, or actually no, we're moving D&D to Saturdays anyway. So it's, you know, I think it'll be 1 or 2 nights out of the week where I can't really stream, and I can stream till like 6 o'clock, 6:30, and the freaking dude got out here good. I hate him. He can stay out here. But an Iron Golem got out here. What the hell? How are they getting out? But, I really want to get into streaming, and hopefully maybe one day if I grind hard enough on it, I can be able to walk in and say, hey, I don't need this job anymore. I'm sorry, guys. You know, nothing against you. I just make more money or make a suitable enough living off of doing this, and then I can really go hard on it. I'm going to get a calendar. I need to get a calendar. I need to actually control myself, because my issue is I'm fucking lazy. And that's an issue I have been trying to fix with myself for a very long time. I am lazy, and my issue is that I'm like, oh, I want to stream, but that means I have to not just sit there and watch YouTube videos in the background. That means I have to actually talk. You know, I'm just lazy, and I'm ashamed of myself, because to me, I'm missing out on opportunity because of my own laziness, which I am. You know, don't let me get away with saying I'm not. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm really excited to try to force myself, once I get into a proper routine, because I'm a man of routine. I need to have a routine. And my issue was with my current job I just left. I guess not my current job, my last job, was that there was no routine. It was, I mean, I worked Wednesday through Sunday, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. But with that schedule, there's a lot of things that happen that are uncertain because of anything, really. Anything can happen, you know, where you're like, oh shit, I need to go do this before I gotta work, you know, before I gotta work at 3. And then, oh, I didn't get a chance to finish this after I went to work at 3, so I gotta do it at 11 o'clock at night. But with a more normal schedule, things fall into line a little bit better. So I'll be able to... I have to actually go in my other world, see how tall this thing is. Actually be able to do some of this stuff. And if you know what I mean. And let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 tall with the same scheme. Yeah, 4 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hopefully I'm making some sense. So, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This wall is going to take a while. That's really why I wanted to stream it. But, like, the freaking internet is just not one to work. It's really upsetting. So, I'm about to run out of cobblestone, so once I kind of get this thing finished out here, I'm probably going to end the episode here so I can go and collect shit. Or I might go play PS3, because I literally just bought it today, and I'm so excited. I want to play Ratchet and Clank, like the PS3 ones, because literally it was the same price to get the console as it would be to get a year of PlayStation Now. And with PlayStation Now, I'm not a big fan of the streaming game service yet. It hasn't quite sold me. I would prefer to have the hardware, but also I had 30% off, like 30% off a used purchase at my local game store because of my rewards points I've had saved up through them, because like they're the ones who I bought my PS4 Pro through and everything. I really like them. They're really cool. If you guys have one in your area, a disc replay, I know they're not national, but they're getting there. And if you guys have one in your area, I highly recommend doing your trade-ins there and everything, because they work more along the lines of a games pawn shop, to where they give you... Honestly, it makes GameStop look like chumps. And the GameStop that was in my mall, the local mall, where this disc replay is, actually got shut down because they couldn't compete with the disc replay that was there. So, really, if you guys have a chance to get them and you have a chance to go visit Disc Replay, I cannot recommend it enough. There we go. And now I need to get up there. place the rest of this. Oops. So I'm really excited that I got a PS3 again, because PS3 is probably my all-time favorite console. It was my first ever console I got to play online, because it was my first console I ever was able to own that could have online capabilities. My whole console history is quite unique and interesting. Like, my first ever console I had was a PlayStation 2. That was my dad's hand-me-down when he got the original Xbox, because he didn't play it too much and ended up just coming to me. Or not, no, maybe I might be advancing. I think he still had it from when he got his Xbox and just played the Xbox more. So when I turned about 4 or 5, he put that PlayStation 2 in my room so I could have my own game system. Because my dad's always been a gamer. I've always been a huge advocate of, we play games to have fun. And so, like my kids in future will have game systems. But I'm also going to treat it like my dad. Like, I'm not going to be afraid to take them away if they start acting up. I got my game systems taken away a few times. But, and so he gave me the PS2. And then I had PlayStation 2 for a very long time. And then the fateful day happened to where my older brother got a 360. And he had a GameCube. Well, then we got rid of our PlayStation 2 because my parents would never let us have multiple consoles. We had to pick one or the other. So we picked the GameCube, and I think either we picked the GameCube or the PlayStation 2 died, and so we got the GameCube. I don't quite remember that part and how that one, because that's early. That's like when I was 5 or 6, something like that. There we go. This looks awesome. And I don't have enough cobble to finish, so I'm going to finish the story and then finish the episode. And, basically, we went through and picked out the GameCube, got to play games on the GameCube, obviously. And then I got a PS2 back. And I'll never forget, I saved up my Christmas money and everything, and I would literally scourge, because we lived right next to a gas station, and I would scourge for the lots, for quarters and everything. And I actually saved up enough money, I don't remember the time frame, but enough money eventually to where my parents pitched in the other half, to where I was able to pay for half of a PS2 and a couple of games at the age of like 6, something like that, 6 or 7, and so they might have pitched in more. I probably didn't even have half. I don't remember this part of it. But then I remember my little brother. This PS2 was badass. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it, because it was PS2 with green skulls in it. And I guess this edition is super rare today. And it's extremely hard to come by. And, I can't even find a picture. Like, there's a shirt with what the skulls looked like, but not the actual console. It was... And let me show off this. Yeah, I remember. This was what the skulls looked like. Let me... get that switched over. Do monitor capture. Turn that one off. Turn that one on. So this is what the skulls looked like. And this was on top of the PS2. Like, it was basically on that part. And it was in this epoxied bevel that looked so freaking cool. I'll never forget how badass that thing looked. And I was playing Call of Duty 2, big red one. I remember the game. And my little brother, we shared a room at the time. My little brother was walking by and to get to the door. And I didn't know he was going to walk by. Well, instead of saying, "Excuse me, can you lower the controller cord?" he just decided he was going to walk straight through and just take the fucking PlayStation with him. Because if you guys don't know, if you never had a PlayStation 2, those are the most secure controller ports ever. I mean, they were huge pins, so you would expect it. But I mean, like, people think USB is secure. You have no idea the power of a PlayStation 2 hook, because it would just, like, honestly, you could probably lift a dumbbell with it. And there's a new farmer. Awesome, I can get trades with him now. But this cord, just ripped the PlayStation off and just destroyed it. I mean, it was beyond repair. I mean, there was a disc in it, it got destroyed, the tray broke, just destroyed. And my parent, I still hold this against him, because it always comes up. When my parents always talk about, they're like, yeah, and we never got him a PlayStation 2 because we didn't want to. Literally just because we didn't want to. And then 3 weeks later, my little brother gets a PS2 for his birthday. I'm getting freaking riled up about this now. It's a PS2 for his birthday. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, well, this is nice. Well, we had a Wii at the time, and this was all happening at the time where the Wii was actually fading out. The Wii was starting to become, a thing of the past. Yeah, obviously, there's a huge community for the Wii now, but, back in its prime, it was losing its prime, basically. It wasn't like the Wii U was coming out. It was just, only games that were... Nintendo wasn't even releasing games on it, and that was the big thing. Nintendo kind of stopped on it. So my parents gave me this Wii, and it was the weakest... It was awful, because we didn't have any games on it that I wanted to play, like my Ratchet and Clank, or my... what game? Call of Duty Big Red 1. None of that. Couldn't play any of that, because the Wii didn't have it. And I was in this room that was too small to use the remotes. So I couldn't hardly even play the Wii properly. Well, then the day finally came to where it was my birthday, and my dad let me trade in our Wii. Or no, we didn't trade in our Wii. I don't remember. Or did we trade in our Wii? Yeah, we did. We traded in our Wii for an original Xbox, and I grinded hard to get that money for an original Xbox, because an original Xbox at the time was $75. I remember the price, $75 at our local game store. And I saved up the money, was always eyeing it, but the games were dirt cheap, and the game store was awesome. We knew the guys there personally, so they always cut us some deals. And what would happen was that they would basically always run this promotion for original Xbox games, because there were so many Xbox games that they just needed to get rid of. It was buy 3, get 5. All the time. So you get tons of games. So they hooked me up fatty style for my first ever Xbox, and I rocked that thing for a year, pretty much. Right up to a year, to where my next birthday came around, and my dad got me this, a new controller. It was a really cool controller. It was an all green controller, and got me a ton of games to try out. Well, I was kind of one of those things that it sucked, because he just got me all these cool games that he really thought I would enjoy, and I kind of feel bad for it, especially now, because I know he was like, oh yeah, I remember playing this game was badass, but, I couldn't play online with none of my buddies or nothing like that. I mean, this was obviously in the time of the 360. I mean, we had a 360 as a family and everything, so I could play it at any point, which is, I wish I would have kept the original Xbox, and, just used the family Xbox like I did all the time to play games. But, it's like, well, you can't play Call of Duty, and that was big into zombies. I couldn't play zombies if Mom was watching her soaps, so I wanted my own Xbox. Well, then my birthday came around, and I had a lot of money saved up from doing chores, because we got paid $3 a week for doing chores around the house and mowing the yard as an allowance. Well, I saved up all my money, and then with trade-in value of the Xbox, I was able to purchase my first ever Xbox 360. Which was phenomenal. I could play zombies. But the thing I didn't realize, though, it was an original Xbox. I couldn't afford the Wi-Fi adapter, because the Wi-Fi adapter is damn near the same price as the freaking Xbox. And this was when the Slim came out, like, the week before. Yeah, I remember that. It was the week before, and I'll get to why I remember that. Well, I have this Xbox for 3 days, and it red rings. Okay, it happens, but, we bought it under warranty. The store gives you your own warranty and everything. It's like a free 30-day warranty. We bring it back, they exchange it, get another white Xbox, bring it home, and this thing dies that night. That night. Did not even make it a night. Just red rings. 3 rings, red rings. Okay, bring this one back. Third Xbox. And it's one with a silver tray. And that's why I kind of want a silver tray Xbox again, because it just brings back some golden memories. But, opened that up to play a game, and Halo Reach comes out. And that's how we ended up with 4 copies of Halo Reach, because when we bought the game originally, And when my dad got his Xbox 360 Slim to get his new Xbox, it gave him a code of Halo Reach. And then my little brother, or no, we only had 3 copies. And then I opened up that and got another copy. So that's how we had 3 copies of Halo Reach. And when the game was brand new. And that one lasted the longest out of all of them. Then it finally pooped out on it. And then had another one, and the disc tray was busted. And that thing was in rough shape. Well, we brought it back, and because my dad knew the guys, because he actually ran security for them on Xbox 360 launch night, and because my dad was a 520-pound, 6'9" dude, he actually talked to them. He's like, all right, guys, this is getting kind of ridiculous. This is my son's Xbox. He's really excited to play this, and they just keep breaking. They're like, all right, you know what? We got this brand new Xbox, and when I heard new Xbox, I was thinking they were going to go get, like, an Elite, which is the one I really wanted. I love the Elite, the black Xbox, the original one before the Slim. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. But he's like, we'll get you not a used one, basically. Well, then he goes in the backs and busts out the 360 Slim. It was the 4 gig internal memory model, but at the time that was awesome because I could never afford a hard drive. So I was like, I didn't have one anyway. Having any sort of storage was awesome. And this one had Wi-Fi in it. And so I went and scrounged up all my games, and it would do free passes on Xbox Live. It's like, these kids these days will never know the struggles of, getting a party invite from your friends. Like, sorry, I don't have Live. We'll have to play next week, unless you guys have a code that's like a day trial or something like that. Is scrounging up day trials from free games, or from games, to be able to play Xbox Live. But, yeah, I finally got an Xbox 360 Slim, and I had that for a long time, and then it got to the point where my dad was actually going to get rid of his PS3, and I asked if I could have it, but he told me I can't just have both. I'd have to give my 360 to my little brother, which, kind of sucked because, he was just going to get this console that I honestly worked really hard to get, but the benefit of a PS3 having free online outweighed the con of giving my little brother my Xbox 360. Nowadays, if he said something, I'd be like, hell yeah, give him the Xbox. I don't care. But this was also back when I was 11 years old. So, what the fuck? A chicken got out? So, give him the Xbox, and I get the PS3, and I get to play online. And the best part was when Christmas came around, basically what would happen is I got a new game, or I'd get 2 new games because my parents for Christmas would always, when we had the Xboxes, because I got an Xbox One and I switched back to the 360 later, was always you get 1 game and they'll get you a year's worth of Xbox Live. That was always kind of the shtick. But because PlayStation Online was free, I got to get 2 games. And my little brother was always so mad because I got to have 2 games. It was no fair. And, but yeah, that's kind of my quick trip down memory lane. This episode's over an hour long. I'm going to end it off here. If you guys enjoy this, my random ramblings, I'm going to go and start collecting cobblestone to finish up this wall. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Have a good one.